from the Institute for Supply Management showed U.S. manufacturing PMI increase from 54.2 to 56. That was for August, and it was the best reading since late 2018. Overseas, a private survey of Chinese manufacturing activity indicated that sector growth accelerated at the fastest pace in nearly a decade last month. Elsewhere, Federal Reserve Governor Lyle Brainard noted that policymakers need to pivot from stabilization to accommodation in order to hit the Fed's new goals of maximum employment and average inflation of 2% over time. Treasuries advanced following the comments, with the 10-year note yield losing 3 basis points to 0.68%. In commodities, WTI crude rose 0.7% to close at $42.92 a barrel, as improving economic data bolstered the outlook for demand. Tech was a notable outperformer, with Apple climbing 3.7%, following news the company requested its suppliers build at least 75 million 5G iPhones this year to meet strong demand. In earnings, Zoom Video Communications surged 41.4% after raising its forward guidance on the heels of an earnings beat. In other corporate news, Walmart rallied 6.3% after unveiling Walmart Plus, a new membership program set to launch on September 15th. Our companies of local interest, we have Coca-Cola down 41 cents, closing at $49.12. CenturyLink off a dime, $10.65. Genesis Energy down 7 cents, $5.28. Delta Airlines lower by 14 cents, closing at $30.71. Graphic Packaging higher by 22 cents at $14.20. Gray Television at $15.08 was lower by 44 cents. And lastly, Entergy at $97.69 was down $1.45. This has been Jeff Hawley, First Vice President Financial Advisor with Wells Fargo Advisors, with today's market report. Have a great evening.
If you're a State Farm customer affected by the recent hurricane and need to submit a claim, call 1-800-SF-CLAIM. Go to statefarm.com, download the State Farm mobile app, or contact your local State Farm agent. With one of the industry's largest catastrophe response teams, State Farm and your agent are here to prove human nature is greater than nature. Call 1-800-SF-CLAIM to start your claim. State Farm, here to help recovery go right.
Hello, I'm meteorologist Don Wheeler. Partly cloudy skies tonight, low of 77. Wednesday, partly cloudy, a 20% chance for showers and a few thunderstorms, high 93.
Bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a...
Thanks for tuning in to the Mountain Man Radio Show. We only come to y'all once a week, every Tuesday at 5:06 p.m. Central Time. We got I guess, a pretty good show lined up, I hope. Got another guy over here sitting beside of me trying to make a radio man out of him, I reckon. Old hitchhiker, he been on the show a long time ago, and I fired him, but he come back and gave me some money, so I let him back on. But welcome to the Mountain Man Radio Show as a co-host today there, old Hitch.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you hiring me back for a day.
That's no problem at all.
Mountain Man, a technical note real quick. Your Facebook is not on.
We ain't. You know why? Because I ain't even hooked it up.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
I can't do everything around here. Didn't y'all know I had my phone in my pocket?
Engineers everywhere.
Yeah. Boy, it's been a little hot today here, and as some of y'all know, we had one of them hurricanes come through.
Laura.
Hurricane Laura.
She was a nasty woman.
It was tough times for us down here in the South, but much more tougher times down around the Lake Charles area and also in
Cameron,
Beaumont, all them down south, Louisiana, Texas line. I don't think we've ever had nothing like that come through here, Monroe, West Monroe area. It was moving so fast, you see, that it just zoomed on up here, and it didn't really have time to weaken any, so. But a lot of people were without power, and there's been a lot of them around this area to get their power restored. I got mine restored yesterday evening, me and my old dad there. Shoot, it was hot.
And everybody that doesn't have power yet, please be patient. Those line workers are doing everything they can to get it restored. We got people in North Louisiana from all over the United States coming down here to help us get our power restored. So much appreciated.
Oh, yeah. Definitely need some help around here, and especially down south. But on another note, I think it was Friday morning, I lost my old co-host. Used to be with me, John Costa, other known as Johnny B. Good. Johnny B. Good passed away from, I see, at COPD. Caught up with him, and it's such a sad loss. And if y'all would pray for his wife, Rebecca, we'd sure appreciate it, and the family. That hurricane come through, and he made it through for a while, but he got real sick. I don't know if he had power or not over there, and people was pinned down and couldn't go nowhere, but I heard he got the power. He just, my experience with Johnny B. Good, John Costa, that was a good man. He was very eager to get to heaven, and a lot of people say they never saw anybody wanting to get to heaven any quicker than John Costa. John is a good man, and he was a righteous man. He believed in the Lord. Jesus Christ is his Savior, and we're going to miss John. He is a good guy. John was my friend, and do we have a little clip we could play there, JR?
We do. This is going back last year. This was about the fourth show that John was on with us, and it's the show where he kind of told his, gave his testimony. So we'll play a little bit of that for the listeners.
Okay. Yeah, quite a story, quite a testimony out there. I kind of held back on letting you talk about it. I wanted people to kind of get to know you.
Yes,
and,
sir.
Just if you don't mind, can you tell your story?
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, Mountain Man, if I was to tell the entire testimony, it would take probably 5 or 6 shows. So I'm going to condense it into about 3 minutes worth of viewer listening, if that's okay with you.
That's fine with me.
All righty. Back in 2011, I was diagnosed with anaplastic astrocytoma. That's a fancy name for brain cancer. I suffered massive stroke, had no idea, no symptoms of having brain cancer other than the stroke. I was brought via helicopter to a hospital, diagnosed with the brain cancer. Was told that it is in a location that was not operable, meaning they were going to try radiation and then chemotherapy. Jeez. So after 7 rounds of external laser radiation, After 36 weeks of chemotherapy, the tumor continued to grow. They had placed me in a nursing home. At 48 years of age, I lived 11 months in a nursing home amongst the elderly. I mean, I was a vegetable. My whole left side was paralyzed. Nothing worked. They told me that I needed to make plans. They were going to move me to a hospice facility, which was a place where you go to die. No questions asked. You know, you're done. When a doctor tells you make plans, you're done. So they transferred me to this hospice facility. Well, I got there, and this was a house with 4 bedrooms in it. In this hospice facility, it was just people laying in bed, and all they were doing, they were checking out. I wasn't ready for that. No way, shape, or form. Now, understand that I did not know the Lord. I was not a spiritual man. I was a sinner. And that if I would have died, like the doctor said, I'd went to hell. And that scares the daylights out of me. So, no, not a place I want to be. Heck, Louisiana summers remind you, you do not want to go to hell. And so, long story short, Mountain Man, preacher man came in, asked me if he could pray for me, and I didn't want anything to do with him. I was mad at God, had no wants for it. Asked him politely the first time, get the heck out of my room. Next day, here he comes again. I'm like, man, look at this persistent little bugger here. Comes in again. Now I'm starting to get a little irritated. I'm starting to get a little thorn in my side. I ain't want nothing to do with him. Get out of here. I just leave me alone. Finally, after about the 5th or 6th time of him continuously coming into my room day after day after day after day, hey, can I pray for you? Can I pray for you? I finally said, the only way you're going to leave me alone is if you pray for me. And so I said, go ahead. And he put his hand on me and started this jibber jab, and I don't know what it was. This language I didn't understand. Well, come to find out, he was praying. He was praying in tongues. Right. He was a spiritual filled man, and in the Bible it says, you know, you'll be filled with the Holy Spirit and speak in other languages, and that's what he was doing. It's a prayer language between you and God. A lot of people don't know it. A lot of people don't accept it, but it's biblical. So he left the room, and a little bit later, I'm laying in there just feeling sorry for myself, ready to die. No, that wasn't the ticket. I heard a voice, and I'm not a crazy man, but I audibly heard a voice like somebody was in the room, and I went looking around like, who said that? The voice said, "Where's your headache?" For the first time, my headache was gone. I had no headache. The stroke I had suffered was because the tumor had started to grow and it ripped the blood vessels, called a hemorrhagic stroke, paralyzed my whole left side. I had a headache. I mean, just like a drum pound, bum, bum, bum. Headache was gone, completely gone. Well, my doctor comes in about a day and a half later and says, I want to do a CAT scan and MRI on you. So they ran the CAT scan, and when they finished the CAT scan, they brought me right back in there again. I was like, man, what's going on here? They said, well, we want to take another test. We want to do another CAT scan. So I thought, well, maybe the technician messed up or the machine had messed up, whatever. Well, there was no sign of the tumor, no sign of the stroke. When you have a stroke, there's a black spot in your brain called an infarction. There was nothing there. So they brought me back in, did another test, and then sent me back to where I was. The doctor came in the next day, and he was an Indian doctor from India, and he was a devout Hindu. And he says, my friend, it looks like we've had a miracle here. And I'll never forget his voice, the way he said it. He says, your brain looks like you just come from your mother's womb. And I said, what? What are you talking about? He says, there's no sign of a tumor or a stroke. And he says, I tell you this. He says, my God has never done this for me. He gave his life to Jesus Christ right then and there. I had no idea what he was even talking about. Give your life to Christ? What? This guy came in and prayed for me, and now all of a sudden this Hindu doctor is giving his life to Jesus? Gee. Okay, well, however that works.
He was totally convinced.
Yeah, oh yeah, he was convinced. I mean, they had the before and the after of the MRIs, and there was in the CAT scans, and there was an infarction and a brain tumor. You could see it. I mean, everything was there. And in the new one, there's nothing. It looked like he said, it looked like my brain had just come out of my mother's womb. I couldn't talk. I couldn't move. I mean, look at my left side. Everything's functioning. I speak now. Everything's great. Anyway, I talked to the nursing staff and found out who that individual minister was, and I went to his church, and that started my walk. And not only did that start my walk, I said, there's something to this Jesus thing. So I went ahead and went to preacher school. They had a school at that church. There was a biblical theology program, a Bible college. And one old boy stood up and says, I want to pay for your Bible college. Tuition paid full. So not only was I healed supernaturally by Jesus, because the doctors had given up on me. They said, you're done, bro. Make plans. Then somebody paid for my college, too. So I got my education, biblical theology education. And so, man, it was totally amazing. And since then, I pray to the Lord. I know the Lord. I feel confident in the Lord. I have no worries. I have no burdens. I have no financial problems. Everything's taken care of. I've been blessed. I have been honestly
very blessed. Very blessed. And gosh, I never really knew the whole story, John. I knew that, you was very blessed to come through that, but that's some testimony.
Oh, it's incredible. And then there's so many little side notes, and that's what we take up all the time, So just believers believe, There's something to this.
Oh, you ain't lying. I tell you, I'm like Phil. If somebody can come up with a better story, hey, I'll listen. But so far, I ain't heard a better story. I'm gonna trust in this one.
Nor read a better book.
That's right. No. Yeah. Somebody comes up with something better than that book, I'll check it out. But I ain't seen it. I don't think I ever will. I know I won't.
Yeah. God's an amazing God.
Yep, Johnny B. Good. Man, we're going to miss him. Long live Johnny B. Good on the airways. Good man. He survived that old brain cancer, and the Lord must have had something else for him to do, and one of them was getting saved and spreading a testimony. But we're going to miss old John Costa and get to see him again one day. Mountain man.
He's in the right place now, so where he wanted to go.
That's right. Yeah. What else we got going here today? Oh, buddy, we gotta do our commercial break, or are we gonna go on into a caller? You gonna call in, I guess.
We got a couple of callers on the line. However, we do need to take a break, or we'll get behind on that. So let's go ahead and take a break real quick, and we'll get to some calls when we come back. So
that's why you're the engineer, J.R.
Boom.
I guess so.
Give us a few minutes, folks. We'll be right back.
Hang it.
Hey, that's good there, Hitchhiker. He's learning. Y'all don't go nowhere. Man, this desert's hot.
Gosh, I'm thirsty.
There's bowling ball sweat beads dripping off my head.
Man, I don't know how much further I can go.
Hey, what's that up there?
Is that a mirage, or am I seeing a drink stand or something?
Hey, buddy, are we glad to see you?
You fellows look hot. Can I interest you in a cold beverage? Lemonade, iced tea, apple juice? Heck, I even got a V8.
You got any extreme pH?
No, I don't believe I got that.
Oh, you mean you ain't got no extreme pH sports water with calcium, magnesium, potassium, with no dyes, no sugars, no caffeine, no sweeteners, no artificial flavorings?
No, I sure don't.
Well, y'all need to go get you some at extremeph.com.
Extreme pH Sports Water by Miracle 2 Products. They also have soaps, neutralizers, moisturizers, deodorants, gel, laundry soap, and it's all biodegradable. Go green. Booyah!
How'd you do your voice like that?
Hey, old crossbones, what are you doing over there? What are you struggling with?
Man, I'm wanting to go four-wheeler riding this weekend, and I'm trying to get my tire back on, but I just can't get it on. I've done tried oil and soap and water, and I done got soap in my eyes and burning, and I'm about to get frustrated.
Here, calm down. Try this here.
Bull snot?
That's right, bull snot. Man, that'll get that tire on there. You'll be gone and ready for long. Bull snot is favored on Amazon. You go to tire lubricants, first thing that's going to pop up is bull snot. You can get bull snot at Amazon Prime. If y'all want to check out the product, go to vanbrownox.com. This bull snot is the slickest stuff around, I guarantee you. Just don't get none on the floor and fall down.
Hey, that worked good, man. I got it on there.
Well, I told you, bull snot. Y'all go check them out, you hear? Booyah.
$1 delivers on anything in the store during R&R's Labor Day sale. That's right, just $1 gets you started right now at R&R Tire Express. Plus, get 50% off your payment on select in-stock tires and select in-stock wheel and tire packages. Now's the perfect time to get the wheels you want and the tires you need. And this week, all you need is $1. Yeah, just $1. R&R gives you options like low weekly or monthly payments and 6 months same as cash. Plus, you don't need credit. Everyone's approved. And that's not all. At R&R, you get free installation, free locks, lugs, and balance, and free tire rotation. R&R even gives you free 24-hour roadside assistance and free pickup and delivery. So what are you waiting for? $1 delivers on anything in the store this week during the Labor Day sale at R&R Tire Express on Thomas Road across from Duck Commander in West Monroe and in Ruston on South Vienna across from County Market.
Hey, y'all. Y'all need some protection against them mosquitoes and ticks? Let me tell you about this here bug spray I got. Bodyguard Insect Repellent. It works up to 12 hours. That's right. 12 hours. Protection from mosquitoes, ticks, other kind of flying insects. Carry them diseases. It's made in the U.S. of A. That's what I'm talking about. But it's DEET free. DEET free. Man, that DEET will burn your skin. It ain't good for pregnant women. It's bad on you, that DEET. And it's odorless. Odorless? Let me tell you, I sprayed it on me out in the woods when I was deer hunting. Them deer walking right on around out there. They never did sniff me or nothing. Odorless is essential when you're deer hunting. I think you'll love this deer hunting. It ain't sticky. I don't want nothing sticky on me, and it ain't greasy either. Won't damage no plastics. Safe for kids. That's a good thing. You don't want that DEET on them kids. It's also good on them pregnant women. Don't want to mess them little babies up inside the womb. So y'all need to check this out. It's called Bodyguard Insect Repellent Spray. Works up to 12 hours. Good stuff. And you can go to bodyguardbug.com and order you some today. Booyah! Hey, y'all, Mountain Man here. Y'all need to check out my buddy Eric at B&E Wholesale. What we got going on good at the store nowadays?
We're all in this together, Mountain Man. We got to look out for everybody, including ourselves, try to keep people safe. So,
that's right.
What I've got going to the end of the month, till 1st of August, is, now they mandated here in Louisiana, if you go in public or anything, you have to have masks everywhere you go. A box of 50 for $25. Makes them 50 cents a piece. Just come in, tell us you heard it on the Mountain Man Show, and that's your price.
Yeah, you can pass them out and make sure you, your family, and friends are all safe. Right. Good for pets.
Can't go in public without it. So,
when I was in there, you had all kind of sanitizer and stuff,
Hand sanitizer. We have it in a gel. We have it in a liquid. We have mosquitoes are bad down here in the swamp. I've got these Terminex foggers. They're $249 at the big store. I wholesale those things for $40. Just a little bit of everything. You're on Facebook. Look up B&E Wholesale. We post pictures every day. Always having new stuff come in. There's so much stuff, probably about 500 items. Just come out and see me.
We all get on out to B&E Wholesale, located on 100 Trenton Street, downtown West Monroe, right down there at Antique Alley, and check 110 out. It needs some words to that music. I was trying to sing to it.
You were trying, weren't you?
Hey, look, we're going to have a karaoke day in here.
Uh-oh.
Let's do that live on air. Let's do some karaoke.
You want to scare everybody like that?
Yeah.
Is that the words to it? I think it was I was born to love you.
On the bayou.
Might be.
Good night. If you was born to love me, I'm in trouble, boy.
I think we're both in trouble.
Wrong kind of man over here, man.
I think we're both in trouble.
Where was you hitchhiking at when I found you?
Yeah, somewhere out in the desert of Arizona.
Good gracious. Well, look, I think somebody called in. I don't know why in the world they want to call in this crazy show, but
I know, right? No, I'm just kidding.
do we still pay people to call in?
Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't.
Don't tell me. I
I'm
hate
just
when money's coming out like that. But look, we got to have a caller every now and then.
We do. We got David and Sadie have been waiting patiently on the phone.
Nothing. They don't charge.
They want to talk to you. Welcome to the show, David.
Hey, David.
Hey, Mountain Man. How's it going today?
Man, it's going. We back trying to get that full head of steam. Still shoveling coal, man. Trying to get that head of steam going down here.
Did you lose power at the house?
Oh, yeah, man. The wind come through, 100-mile-an-hour plus gusts. We was on the east side of the eye of the hurricane, and that is always the strongest wind. Man, them bands come in there, and they whopped us. They knocked out a big water oak tree down yonder in my gully. Knocked out the power lines. Ha!
Your house is with the episode with the wood chipper. Was that your house?
Yeah, it almost would chip the house up too. That's gum. Man,
I was worried about all that water close.
Man, yeah, it was a whole lot worse down south around Lake Charles area and Beaumont and Cameron, I believe. Folly Beach took a lick.
I know. I saw it on the news. It is terrible. Also, I want to tell you, I'm sorry about your co-host passing away. Enjoyed the testimony, and if everybody out there hears what he said, I got no fears and at nothing right now. So, and he's in a better place for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely, especially nowadays. Good gracious.
Well, Mountain Man, my granddaughter Sadie, who is 7, has been here all weekend, and for her schoolwork, she's been reading your book, and she's been dying to talk to you all weekend and was wanting to give you ask you some questions.
David, we got a question for you first, though. Has she listened to the Christmas album yet?
No, she hadn't, Hitchhiker, but I'm gonna try. I got to talk about that Christmas album. I tried to get that thing about 4 years ago on eBay, and somebody outbid me $2.
Come on. What?
Come on, David. You couldn't come off that extra $2. Come on now.
Hey, come on, man.
Try to get that thing.
Well, you know what the good news is, David? I'm trying to talk Mountain Man into doing Christmas music #2.
Well, I heard him other day on YouTube singing She Stopped Loving He Stopped Loving Her Today. That's a classic from Mountain Man.
Beautiful. I can really wail on that one.
I think George Jones, it was 5 minutes. Mountain Man's version was 10.5.
Get your money's worth. What I'm talking about. You get your money's worth.
I mean, Mountain Man can't break glass, but he can sure curl a coffee cup.
Oh, that is true. Well, I'm going to give the phone to
Take
Sadie
it.
and let her give you some questions here.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Hi there, little Sadie. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing. Well, how old is you? How old are you? Is you? We say is you.
She's 7.
You're 7. Good gracious. I can almost remember when I was 7.
Yes, sir.
Tell them what city you're from.
Tell them where you live. I'm from Monroe, North Carolina.
Well,
There
how
you
about
go.
that? Monroe. There we go. North Carolina.
I didn't even realize there was a Monroe in Louisiana to started watching the shows.
Oh, it's a Monroe. There's quite a few Monroes out there. Sure is.
Oh yeah.
Well, Sadie, do you like to fish?
Like fish.
Fish? No.
You don't fish. Well, that's all right. You may be a frog hunter or something. You never know. Hunt frogs.
You got any questions for him?
You got a question? Yeah, got a question.
Yeah, the phone quick, please.
How long were you on Duck Dynasty?
Well, it went on for 5 years. I was on when they made their first show, which was a pilot, and I was on the last one, and quite a few in between. 5 years, I guess.
That's great.
Yeah. Hey, I got a lot of free food. That's what Willie used to say. Mountain man come up there just for free food.
Yeah, Miss K's table was a lot of that free food, wasn't it?
Yeah, I ate some of Miss K's cooking. Miss K, pretty darn good cook. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But for school,
Huh?
I've been reading your book for school.
You been going to school?
Yeah.
Well,
Reading your book for school.
oh, well, that's the best book in the world, Sadie. I guarantee you can learn a lot from that book. But listen, after you read that book, do not think you don't have to go to school. You don't know quite everything, almost know everything. But,
Almost all in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any horses?
No, I just got a dog, old mean blue heeler named Bert. He would chase a horse, but he'd rather chase a cow. He's a cattle dog.
Yeah, you don't want them horses to catch him.
No.
When did you write the Mountain Man book?
I think it was back in about 2013 I did that. Sure did. Mm-hmm.
That was when I was born.
See there? That's a good sign there. You're reading an educational book, just happened to be made on when you was born.
Well, that's smart.
How long have you been doing the Mountain Man show?
Oh, now that's a hard question. You're trying to get my memory banks to working. Do you know, Jay?
I want to say
2016?
2015, I think, or 16.
Wow.
I'm going to say 15.
2015, 5 years.
About 5 years, I think.
5 years.
Wow.
So you don't have cats.
Yeah. Thank you for talking to me.
Well, you're welcome, Sadie. And you make some good grades in school. If you have any trouble in school, just read my book again.
I love your book and I love Jesus.
Oh, well, that's two good things to love. Love Jesus first. We love you, Sadie.
All right, Mountain Man, thanks for talking to us again, and we'll talk to you next week. I hope you guys recover down there.
That's a big 10-4.
Thanks,
Thank you, David. Yes, sir. That was David and Sadie. Sound like a sweet little old girl, didn't it?
She's very smart, too.
She's very smart to pick my book to get her education with.
No,
Bet she'll get an A+ in class.
Oh, yeah.
That was only her. That was her only sidetrack, picking your book up. Smart just to stay in school.
Hey.
Anyway, sorry.
This guy here, make
Ow.
me out of dumpsters after this show.
You would not believe the cool stuff you can find in dumpsters.
Yeah, when you're looking
What?
for one, something in there.
Someone's trash is another person's
Better let it
treasure
pass.
That's right.
in a dumpster. I used to know a guy who liked to dumpster dive, but I'm not going to go there.
No, I found some pretty cool stuff around dumpsters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many crawfish traps one time, about a dozen hanging on the side of the dumpster. These little net crawfish traps. Wasn't a thing wrong with them. And, you put.
You can get you a nice couch every now and then. You look, just get the chewed up gum off of the cushions and the vomit and everything else.
Oh, come on now. Ain't nobody going to get an old couch. You can find some pretty cool stuff around in there, though. I found a nice dog one time there. He was still alive. Give it to somebody, and boy, that was the best dog I ever had. They called him the junkyard dog.
The junkyard.
Man.
He didn't look like any normal dog. It looked like he had a cross between a possum and a armadillo or something, and some kind of sheepdog, but he wasn't very big. Yeah. Well,
we got another caller. Yeah, she's been waiting really patiently, so we appreciate it.
I don't know.
This is a first-time caller. Let's go to Gracie in Ruston. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Mountain Man. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Grace.
Grace? This Grace? Hey, Grace. How you doing?
Gracie.
Hey, Gracie. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm doing just fine. We just trying to make an old radio show. How are you?
Well, I can relate to that. I'm good. I'm doing well.
That's good. That's good. Did you get a lot of rain and wind at your place?
Yes, sir. Our power went out, and we've got some damage on the front side of our house. But compared to some other people, we're blessed.
Yes,
So
yes,
I
indeed.
can't complain.
Grace, what do your folks do for a living?
My dad works for Energy, actually.
Energy. He's one of them frontline guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's head of equipment in the Arcadia Bureau, so he's been working his butt off.
Wow. Could you ask him if he could get the power turned on over in Shudrint area?
Wait a minute. Now, you can't be doing that over the radio here.
Do you have a hidden agenda today, Chris?
I don't know if that's even legal. You're going to have some angry people.
Well, absolutely.
Where were we anyway? You still there, Gracie?
I'm still here.
All right. Well, you got any kind of question for me or Hitchhiker over here?
I have a question for you. So I like to hunt, but I'm really, really small. So shotguns and rifles don't really work well for me. But of course, the two things that I love to hunt the most are squirrel and deer. And I was wondering if there was like a shotgun for squirrels that would kick less, just because since I'm so tiny.
Oh, yeah, I understand. I was kind of small myself coming up. I had to start out with a poisonous dart blowgun on squirrels, but I don't think you can do that anymore. But I
think that's illegal now.
Yeah, but you could use a 410 shotgun with maybe the short shells, like 2.5 inch. And really, they will get out there and knock them squirrels out in the tallest of trees, 'cause that's what I used. And they make the 3-inch shells if you need more shot. But you can use them.
My grandfather always told me to just use a 12 gauge, and I'm like, Papa, I don't want to use a 12 gauge. Those things kick.
They do, and when you're young like that, even a single shot 410, it'll make you a better hunter instead of going on out yonder with a 12 gauge, where you got 3 shots. You take the plug out, you shoot up 10 times, but don't do that. It's illegal. But it makes it easier to hunt when you get older if you know there's going to be a little more of a challenge, to getting your game out of the tree. It'll make you a smarter hunter and as well as a better shot. And if you're going to squirrel hunt now, always watch your feet, because there's a lot of snakes, down in here. And
when I was like 9, I think I was 9, me and my grandfather were hunting, and we came across a 3-foot-long copperhead, so I'm no stranger to snakes in the woods.
There you go. Always watch your feet, watch down on the ground, and Don't step
No
on
peg
those
leggings.
sticks and beer cans, stuff laying in the woods. I always step on somebody's out there throwing cans down. I'm creeping along and somebody threw a can out, but watch your feet. Keep the noise down. And when you're hunting now, sometimes it's so quiet in there you can't help it to make noise if it's dry. If you hear something else making some noise like a woodpecker, you can walk in because it'll drown the sound of your steps. The woodpecker starts, stops, and you stop. So, anything making noise, you walk in. The wind blows, you walk in. The wind stops, you stop. A lot of people don't even know them old tricks, but
what if nothing happens for like an hour and a half?
Just go back to your truck and go home and get something to eat. Folks ain't starving to death that I know of where they depend on a skinny squirrel.
Go ahead and eat one of those packaged honey buns that you'd been putting off for a while.
Man, I carry some food when I go hunting. You can catch me out in the woods. But them are some good tips, though, Gracie. Have you had your hunter safety course yet?
No, sir. I haven't been hunting in forever because high school happened and life happened, and I just got too busy. But I want to go back hunting this fall for squirrels and maybe this winter for deer. But I'm thinking about taking up bow lessons for deer hunting just because I don't like rifles at all.
There you go. Now you're talking, and that's when you gotta really be sneaky, real sneaky. Then, You probably have to get up in a tree. You ain't scared of heights, is you?
I am, but I don't think I'd be that scared if I was only like 20 feet off the ground, 10 feet. I think I'd be all right.
Make sure you're on a safe stand, and I suggest
Always
everybody wear them straps.
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah. You can go get you a bow and get after them, girl. It's a lot of fun, even if you don't, get any game or anything, just to be out in God's creation, enjoying all the animal, wildlife noises, and
listen to the birds sing.
That's right. Birds and not no too many highway or human noises out there. Shoot, ain't nothing like it. Great therapy.
Oh yeah, I miss it. I wish I could have gone back sooner, but like I said, I got real busy in high school because I was a athletic trainer, and then college happened. Of course, you don't have any time in college.
Well, that sounds like you took your schooling serious. That's what you need to do. Yes, ma'am.
I tried to. I like school, though. I've always liked school, so it's never been real hard for me.
Yeah. I used to like school, too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
TAC will start back September 10th, so I'm just getting ready for that. Having to brace myself for getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Uh-oh.
So I will live.
You need to have Mountain Man come move in with you so he can start getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Boy, I'm up at crack of noon every morning, Hitch. What are you talking about?
Crack of noon.
I'm up at crack of noon. Shoot, yeah. Well, sounds like you're going to have fun getting started with hunting, and make sure you wear some mosquito spray if you go. Go to Bodyguard Bug Insect Repellent.com. I get a little money every time somebody buys a bottle, but it works good. That's some good stuff.
I'll take your word for it.
Hey, it's odorless too, so if you go deer hunting, they won't smell you.
Yeah. That'll be handy, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You don't want to
Well, thank you for talking with me, Mountain Man. I enjoyed it.
I did too, Gracie. That sounds like you're going to make a good hunter, and hey, stay in school and do right. And if times get tough in school, just buy Mountain Man's book.
Will do.
It's real educating.
Or listen to Mountain Man's Christmas album.
Yeah.
It'll be spiritually uplifting.
Look, man, I know.
I know it.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll let y'all get to y'all's next caller. Thank you for talking with me.
Thanks, Gracie.
Thank you, Gracie. Yeah, sound like a sweet, sweet lady there.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
Getting ready to go hunting. It is getting close to hunting season. I
It
think
is.
dove season
I know
opens
it.
up next weekend.
That's right.
Y'all watch out. Don't be shooting them low birds. A buddy of mine opened up one time. First shot fired. He got shot right between the eyeballs.
not
bleeding,
good.
carrying on in the field.
Got to watch those gauntlets. They're not good.
Them young kids shot him. They got all excited and shot Matt right in the head.
Golly.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah. We want to do a news story. We got time.
We got time. You want to do news?
We got a little bit of time.
Got some news. Got some good stories.
Mountain Man does a news story. Tries to. Y'all seen my glass?
Where'd you put your glasses?
I don't know. Well, we can't do.
Well, we can't do it.
Because
News story without your glasses, huh?
I think they're in the bathroom.
I would let you wear mine, but I have to have these to survive. So I'm
pretty
sorry.
Sure, I think I left them.
Do you want to try these? These are a different pair.
I can't see. I didn't look. We can't do news. Let's go off the air here.
No
but
news
I've got
today.
to have my glasses. I tell you what, you talk a minute, hitchhiker. I'm gonna put him on the spot and let him talk a minute while I go fetch my glasses.
Well, we do have one
He
successful.
knows he can do one.
We have a successful Japanese flying car company. Conducts a successful test flight. Well, it says here a Japanese flying car project is one step closer to taking off into the mainstream. SkyDrive Inc. announced Friday that it carried out a successful test flight with one person aboard, releasing images of a contraption with propellers lifted several feet off the ground and hovered in a netted area for an amazing 4 minutes.
Okay. Wow, that's cool.
And so the Fukuzawa, who is the name of this car company, says they hope that they can make this into a real-life product by 2023. And the challenges are, of course, cost. Nobody's going to buy them if they only fly for 4 minutes. Nobody is going to buy them. And if they fall out of the sky ever so often, nobody's going to buy them.
So they got a little work they got to overcome there.
That's right. Meantime, in other news, Japanese automakers are down 12% in global vehicle sales.
Well, that's not promising. That's not good at all.
Yeah, they must be boogering up.
What?
Yeah. The old Japanese flying car project.
Let's just see. Oh,
man.
I don't want that one.
You got a fishing story, don't you?
I do. If I can find. No,
that's it right there.
That's it, the fishing story.
That's the fishing story right there. That's the one.
Okay. Where do you start? When venturing into unfamiliar territory, it could prove very useful to find out more before you actually get there. In today's daily joke, two city slickers hilariously found out just how true those words can be. Alistair and Dominic grew up in privilege, and following years of indulging in all that money can buy, they found themselves at a loss and needing a change. The idea to step off the path paved for the rich and vain never occurred to them until they got offered the opportunity to explore something they never had, the natural world. And so Dominic and Alistair left the city lights behind for the peace and quiet of the mountains in the middle of the winter. They were going ice fishing, Along the way, the two friends stopped at a tackle shop to stock up on everything they need. The shop worker had to help them find ice picks in addition to all the other stuff they ended up purchasing. But when Dominic came back a second time, the shop worker started getting curious about these two city slickers and what exactly they were up to. Can I have like another dozen or two ice picks, please? Dominic asked the shop worker. Even though the worker burned with curiosity, he didn't say a word. Well, that it was barely an hour after Dominic came back with a dozen ice picks. And the shop worker just had to find out what was going on. So how's the fishing going, mister? The shop worker asked. Not very well at all, I'm afraid. The boat is still on the trailer. We haven't even managed to get it into the water yet, Dominic said as he shook his head in dismay.
Wasn't Dominic a Christmas donkey or something?
I don't know, but these guys thought they were going ice fishing with a boat. That's the moral of the story. You don't do that.
And they tried to break up the ice with a bunch of ice picks, and
yeah, they were
kept running out of ice picks.
Up with ice picks, trying to get the boat in there.
It's tough.
That's a good one.
It's a tough life.
Yeah, that's a good one there.
They probably just should have stayed back to their privileged life that they had before.
Let's ram this one in. Says here, Shelter Pit Bull kept getting rejected, so he learned how to make his own bed to show he's a good boy. When rescuers took Rush the pit bull in, he was just as scared as a little pupper. No one wanted to take him and give him a loving home, but one day everything changed. The poor pup had been rejected so many times, so he learned an awesome trick to show everyone he's going to be a good boy. Rescues at the Pet Adoption Center in Ohio, where Rush was taken care of, couldn't believe how this loving, gentle dog could get rejected so many times. Sadly, as per Paul Buzz, every potential adopter who visited Rush would shy away after realizing that he was a pit bull. Poor little Rush couldn't understand why every other dog in his shelter was finding a forever home, but no one wanted to pick him. So sad. Let's go to the next page and see if they put him out of his misery. Surely they won't. I'm just picking. And, hey, look, y'all need to adopt dogs more. I gotta hurry. I'm trying to read too slow.
You got 2 minutes.
Surprisingly, one day, the carers witnessed how Rush carefully made his own bed before the visiting hours. They caught the touching moment on camera. The gentle pit bull held the sheets in his mouth and tucked them neatly on all corners. It was clear that the pupper wanted was to finally find loving owners who would see his precious soul, even though he was a pit bull. Eventually, Rush turned making his bed into a daily ritual. It was his form of a cry for help. The workers at the care center knew that they had to do something to help him get noticed. They shared the video of the young pit bull neatly making his bed on the Facebook, and the touching video was going viral. Countless animal lovers expressed they would be happy to take care of him. Thankfully, the center quickly found the perfect candidates to become Rush's permanent owners. They chose a sweet couple who had just lost their dog, and they took the pupper into their arms. All the sadness in his heart disappeared. It was replaced with unconditional love. A pit bull making his own bed on camera and advertising on Facebook.
It's pretty smart.
Hey,
Boom.
hey,
There you go.
that's pretty sharp.
Smart dog.
They take one look at my old dog Bird on Facebook. They say he look, lock him back up. He's a vicious animal. All right, you had Mountain Man news, kind of little inspirational news today. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Little inspirational news. Well, we got a Bible verse coming. JR is chomping at the bit over
Bible
there.
verse.
Goodness gracious,
Yeah.
great balls of fire.
You got less than a minute now.
I'll have a karaoke machine in here next week, and we're going to do some karaoke. Can't wait to hear JR over there.
You're not going to hear me. Don't worry about that.
No, why not?
There's some things I just don't do. And karaoke's one of them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The day of the Lord, y'all. Here it comes. Today's Bible verse comes from Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 1 through 3. But concerning the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I should write to you. For you yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so comes as a thief in the night. For when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them as labor pains come upon a pregnant woman, and they shall not escape. There you have it. The Lord comes like a thief in the night. Everybody be prepared, including me, you,
us.
I ain't no saint, but I try to do what's right.
There you go, baby.
I ain't too. I have to get it when I fail.
All right, we got to get out of here.
All right, we got to get out of here. All
We gotta
right,
go.
well, thank y'all for tuning in to the Mountain Man Radio Show, and appreciate any prayers to Rebecca, John Costa's wife, Johnny B. Good. We appreciate all them, and we love you from the Mountain Man Radio Show, and as always, booyah! Hey.
News Talk 105.7 and 540 KMLB Monroe. The latest news update starts now.
A four-star general to head a new broad investigation of the chain of command's handling of Vanessa Guillen's case. Louis Martinez, ABC News, Washington.
On Capitol Hill, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin says the administration remains willing to work on a bipartisan coronavirus relief package, blaming Democrats for holding up the process.
The President and I do support additional fiscal response, and we've been working hard to try to get a negotiated agreement.
Democrats say the White House